At NAB in Las Vegas, Riverside offers new options for high-quality video podcasts. This is MacVoices. This edition of MacVoices is brought to you by the MacVoices Slack, available to all patrons of MacVoices. Sign up today at patreon.com/MacVoices. MacVoices is at NAB in Las Vegas. Folks, I'm Chuck Joyner. The podcast pickings have been a little bit slim here this year. We're not seeing quite as many services or products specifically targeted at podcasting. Riverside's the exception. Noah's here to tell me what's new with Riverside and what their workflow looks like. Noah, it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too, Chuck.
So tell me about Riverside.
So Riverside, we are a podcast recording and remote recording platform to capture local quality audio and video from anywhere in the world.
Okay, so that sounds good, but what does it mean as far as there's an animal here. If I'm interviewing you and you are in California and I'm in Pennsylvania, what does the workflow look like?
Yeah, so it's very, very simple and very easy to use. You're basically sending out a link to your recording subjects and your guests on your podcast. They're joining with their browser or their mobile device, and what you're able to do is just hit a button, and you capture the highest possible quality audio and video from the devices that they're using. A lot of people are using Zoom or Microsoft Teams to capture podcasts and any other remote content. The issue with that is you're always going to be dependent on the internet connection of the subjects that you're capturing from. So with Riverside's local recording technology, you can be sure that you're capturing the highest possible quality audio and video, crisp, clear, without any internet interference in the final tracks.
Okay, so how am I doing that if you're in California and I'm in Pennsylvania?
So we're doing that through our progressive uploading functionality. So we're saving the files temporarily to your local device or your guest's local device, and then we're taking those files and progressively uploading them to your Riverside account. So almost immediately after the recording session, your guests won't have any files to send you after the recording's over, and you can actually download their isolated tracks directly from your Riverside dashboard without having to do anything else.
Okay, so I get an isolated audio track and an isolated video track?
Isolated audio track, so a separate wave track for each individual that you're recording, and an isolated constant frame rate MP4, so you can make sure that everybody is synced up and in line with each other when you're doing your post-production.
Yeah, that constant frame rate MP4 is important because we've all experienced audio or video drift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How is that working bandwidth-wise? If we're recording, how dependent is... I hear what you're saying, that you're recording locally, so that's not bandwidth dependent. The upload's bandwidth dependent, but also the video and audio I'm seeing and hearing from you is bandwidth dependent.
Exactly. So you could, the live call could take a hit during the recording session, but you can have all the confidence in the world that the final recording and the final product that you're getting is going to be crisp and clear, like it would be recorded directly on their devices. So, and there are things that you can do to help mitigate the hit on the actual live call, the quality of the interaction. We now have low data mode, which you can turn on, which turns off the video of your co-participants in the recording session. We're still recording their local video, but it just is helping the flow of the live conversation, so that doesn't take as much of a hit. The uploading process has been streamlined, so it's going to be very simple. It's going to be almost instantaneous, where you have access to those files after the recording's over. So the progressive uploading has come a long way and is a huge part of Riverside's process and the ease of use for everybody.
Okay, so nothing ever goes wrong, right? What happens if we're doing this process and the internet drops, somebody cuts a cable somewhere?
That's kind of the beauty of the progressive upload too. Things are going to go wrong, everything. Especially when you're dealing with people that are across the globe from each other. So basically, if something goes wrong, we're saving all of the files to the local device, whether it's on the mobile app or in the browser's cache. So you can have confidence that your files either been already uploaded to the Riverside account or been saved in their browser's cache. So you can access it using riverside.fm/upload, and it will finish the upload process for them after they regain access to internet or somebody puts their cable back together, their cord back together.
Yeah. Those darn squirrels, they eat through everything.
They're crazy, yeah.
Okay, so we've recorded my half-hour-long interview with you. What kind of file size are we talking about for me to download from Riverside?
That's a great question. I guess it depends on the on the resolution from a video perspective that you're recording it. I don't have a direct answer for.
Okay, so if they're using a 4K camera, I could be getting a 4K
Exactly.
piece of video,
Yep.
and that's going to be large, but that's the way it is.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And that's another piece that could impact upload speed if you're recording in 4K and somebody has a poor connection to the internet. It could affect upload speed. So that's really one of the variables that comes into play with uploading as well.
You mentioned that if I send them the link, they're going to connect it in their browser. Any browser restrictions?
So just Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge are the two supported browsers.
And I assume that there are full controls in there as to which camera they're using, which mic they want to use.
Yeah, yep. So they have once they give Chrome or Edge access to their devices, they're able to go through and choose the mic, the camera that they want to use, the speakers that they want to use, and then jump in. And as the producer on your end, you can see the different mics and cameras they're hooked up to. So if you need to make adjustments, you can coach them through it. Or with our business plans, you can actually change their mic and their camera for them.
Okay, we got to get to the pricing.
Yeah.
What kind of pricing plans do you have, or how does this work?
Yeah, so we have self-service pricing as well. That is the standard and the pro that range from $15 a month up to $29 a month, depending on your needs. And we also have business pricing that is more tailored to specific businesses' needs and is custom on a case-by-case basis.
And the website where folks can go to learn more.
Riverside.fm.
Thank you so much for the time, Noah.
For sure. Thank you.
Folks, we'll have more from NAB in Las Vegas. I'm Chuck Joyner. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you Mac Voices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.